Hello everyone, welcome to Rev Sports. Not a good day for Team India. Both the men's team and women's team did not win their respective matches. And if we talk about India versus Ireland series, finally it came to an end, but it isn't the end which we all were expecting for. We all were expecting that Team India will, like clean sweep, whitewash Ireland in their own home country, but that didn't happen. And there are many major concerns lingering around Team India. Now, many people are talking about different things that Team India cannot bat perfectly in the bowling friendly pitch. Shreyas Iyer is under a lot of pressure. Abhishek Sharma can't bat in a bowling friendly pitch. This तरीके से the way Team India has been bowled out, the way Team India was batting, it was really feeling that they have forgotten how to bat. This is the same team which won the T20 World Cup 2026, and now the way they are batting, it's very disappointing. So coming to Bharat first, Bharat, first things first. According to you, what are, I know there are many takeaways, but still, what are the key takeaways from this series? And do you also think that if Vaibhav Suryavanshi was there, then the result might have been different for today's match?
See, I don't want to look at hindsight because ifs and buts, these things you just look at it in hindsight. So I won't think that way. See, larger picture is maybe I think India have a problem or two on tracks that are too paced, slightly too paced, that are on the slower side. Obviously, we don't get too many grassy tracks in T20 ice now, but you still get a few
Hmm.
two paced decks, and that is when I think India have a problem or two, and that is what we tended to see today as well, because 153 or 155 or whatever it was not a match winning total like what we saw in the first game. In the first game, one can give an excuse to
Yeah,
the
obviously.
batters because 183 is, I think, 25, 30 runs too many. But 155
Hmm.
was not a match winning total, it was more of a par total. So I guess the Indian batters tend to go too hard at the ball, they tend to play on the up, they tend to play through the line. When you do that, especially in conditions where there is a little bit of, what can I say, where you can say there is a bit of tennis ball bounce or a two-paced nature of the deck, then it's a bit of a struggle if you play that way. I think that is what happened with the Indian batters. It's not that none of them have the quality to play in such conditions, but I think they tended to play too much on the up and tended to play through the line. And this is
Hmm.
what we basically saw even in the T20 World Cup that I just mentioned before they started winning on a couple of excellent tracks, and that included the Wankhede roadways where India met England. Before that, they met I think South Africa. They lost on a pitch again. That was a two-pace track, and they had some
Hmm.
problems against the USA. So there were a couple of games where they were not at their absolute best either in that World Cup in such conditions. So going forward, India have to somehow strike the right kind of balance when they're playing in climes where the ball is doing a bit. If they again go too hard at the opposition bowlers every single time, then I think these things might you might see a few more times. Even if you go back to 2024 World Cup final, many of them
Hmm.
criticize Virat Kohli's innings, but if you look at it in hindsight, in those
It was
conditions,
needed.
there's a little bit of
Hmm.
two-pace nature, little bit of two-pace nature. It was the track was so in those conditions. I think he played a reasonably good knock. So India are missing that kind of a player in these conditions. Hopefully, going forward, we will see them doing better. But first of all, congrats to Ireland because remember India were unbeaten for I think 16 series. They won two
Yeah,
World Cups in a row, and Ireland is a side that has been struggling. They have been really struggling
yeah.
in T20 ice, and for them to defeat India in a series is something that I wouldn't have even thought of it in my dreams or in my nightmare or
No
whatever
one,
it is.
Bharat, no one. It's neither you nor any one of us. Nobody, nobody can think of it in that way. That, before today's match, I was thinking about thumb lines that Team India leveled the series and things like that. That was my overconfidence. But anyways, I don't think there is any kind of excuse. Oh God, it was raining and things like that. If you are number one T20I team, then you should know how to play in different tracks. I have seen so many people calling Team India flat track bully and negative things like that. I don't believe in them, but somehow I think Team India is so much used to bat in flat tracks, Sudisha, that whenever they get a bit bounce, which is bowling friendly, they struggle. And we have seen this for multiple times now. So, what is your take on that? Is Team India really j- just a flat track bully, or you can say that a team who can only bat good in flat tracks?
See, Shrishti, I would just give a perspective that if you see in white ball cricket, all the pitches, almost wherever we have the countries which have good pitches, wherever it is possible,
Hmm.
we have flat pitches. So we have to look at it in such a way that not only the Indian
Hmm.
cricket team members, but all the batters individually suffer this or go through this problem as such of pitches being more bouncier or something. That is, if you look at our own pitch, our home pitch, if you look at Wankhede Stadium or anywhere, what we could easily see is that our players are very comfortable, our batters are very comfortable batting in those pitches. The only reason is because everywhere there are flat pitches. So I would like to say that all of these bowling friendly pitches, whatever is there, most batters
Hmm.
struggle in performing well in these pitches. So I guess it also depends on how an individual or how a batter individually also performs, or how do they improve individually too. I think that also plays an important role. Talking about today's match, or talking about our own Indian batters, I feel both the matches, it was very clear that there were some misconceptions with the
Hmm.
short selection as such also. So definitely it is something that they have to improve at the individual level too, because we have been seeing them play and win the matches where there are pitches which is very comfortable to them. For example, wherever we have played in our home ground, we have won the matches,
Hmm.
right? So I feel like it is something that could be taken into as individual also, that batters need to perform over there individually also. I feel like if our Indian batters also get a hold of such pitches, it will be easier for
Hmm.
them to perform in the England series, which is going to come up next. So yes, what we could do is hope for their better performance in the next series. But yeah, I feel like this could be a perspective that if we generally look at it, it's mostly the fact that all the batters would suffer in pitches like these.
Very rightly said, but I really think like if you are a World Cup winning team, if you are a team, who is like, I feel it's the one of the not one of the best, it's the best team in the T20 ice. In Team India is the best team according to me. We have won three World Cups and everything, but after that, if something like this happens, serious questions come up that people will start talking that this particular T20 World Cup 2026, it was in India. That's why India was very much favorites and things like that. But the moment it was a track which was slow, Team India would have struggled. Coming to Simran next, Simran, our opening partnership, our openers, both Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson. Abhishek Sharma still scored runs in the last match, but in this match he was unable to score run. It was a clear miss hit, and also Sanju Samson was unable to score runs. In both the matches, he got out early, and I think that was also one of the reason Team India, lost this series. That was also the reason which costed Team India this series. So how do you look at these things? Because there are many talks, there are many stats which prove somehow that Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson, both of them, struggle a bit in bowling friendly pitches.
I think firstly coming to Abhishek Sharma, he is still evolving as a T20 batter, and considering he is the number
Hmm.
one, he would have to
Hmm.
adapt to all sorts of pitches. And we know he loves to dominate when the ball comes nicely onto the bat. And today, I think the surface asked completely different questions compared to his performance during the IPL. The ball was
Hmm.
gripping a little. There wasn't as much as pace as there usually is, and the bowlers also kept changing their speeds. And what I noticed was that Abhishek Sharma still looked for his scoring options very early on in his innings. Like he tried to hit length balls within the first one itself. He was trying to hit a six
Hmm.
rather than waiting for the genuine boundary ball. And on a slow surface, especially, those cross batted shots become much riskier because the ball arrives later than you expect it to. So that's about him. And I think Sanju Samson's dismissal was disappointing because he is the more senior batter in the opening partnership and he has anchored the innings for India during the T20 World Cup. So I feel like he
He
had
won
the
us the
opportunity.
T20 World Cup. He won Team India the T20 World Cup. He scored runs in all the three matches. Yeah.
Exactly. So he had the opportunity to absorb a little and, look before attacking. But I think he is somebody who likes to play with a lot of freedom. And when he's in rhythm, he is one of the cleanest ball strikers in world cricket.
Yeah, 100%. But again, things
Can I
need to
just add
be
something?
corrected.
Can I just add
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
something?
yeah. Please,
I guess we are
please,
looking
you
at the
can.
wrong man. I guess we are looking at the wrong man because in the last things, Abhishek Sharma scored 50 of 20 balls, the same player in
Yeah.
conditions where the ball was doing a bit. He was the same
Mm-hmm.
cricketer last year at the MCG when the ball was
Mm-hmm.
nipping around against Josh Hazelwood. He was the only one who scored 60. And here was the same
Mm-hmm.
cricketer in the UAE conditions when the pitches were slow, scored runs. So I think we are looking at the
Yeah.
wrong man. If you're better to look at someone like Sanju Samson, better if you're
Yeah, we
looking
are
at
looking at both of them. Both of
even
them.
someone like Shreyas Iyer, with great respect to him, and
Yeah.
when it's doing a bit of the same, when it's doing a bit of the nip, he's someone just like Sanju Samson likes to stay leg side of the ball. That is something that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of modern day batters play, and he has struggled in conditions where the ball has done a bit. So there are other batters, not very sure. Abhishek Sharma is
Hmm.
the man we have to look at because he's the same cricketer who scored a 50 of 20 balls in the last game in very similar conditions. So I think it's an overall picture. We have to look at it as an overall picture where most of the batters kind of struggle because they tend to go very hard at the ball. They tend to,
Hmm.
what can you say, play on the up and play through the line. So I think we have to look at it at a macro level. So that's just my humble opinion. Going forward, India have to
Yeah, yeah.
maybe slightly tweak their templates when they come up against conditions where the ball is
Mm-hmm.
doing a bit.
Yes, very rightly said. But the thing is, Bharat, that in the last match also everybody was talking about Tilak. Yeah, Tilak did not score any runs. I am no one to defend him anyways. But the thing is that people, or we only talk about the people from whom we expect, like the way Abhishek Sharma played in the last match, everybody was expecting him to score, and Sanju Samson, obviously that's why I put Sanju Samson's name also in that particular question, because I really felt that in both the matches he was very uncomfortable in that pitch. And I don't know what kind of dismissal that was, what happened, but it was very, very disappointing. And nobody expects something like this from a batter like Sanju Samson, who is so much experienced, who has played in different conditions, who is there since 2015, 2016, right? So the thing is, Abhishek Sharma, it's my like opinion. I've seen Abhishek Sharma struggling a bit in the like bowling pitches and something like that. And
But
yeah,
he scored
obviously the
those.
same
But
goes for.
I already gave you examples.
Yeah,
MCG
I
track when
know,
the
I
ball was
know.
moving around, he scored runs. In the UAE when the pitches were slow, he scored runs. Yesterday when the pitch was too paced, he scored runs. So I think he's doing better in such conditions, in my
Yeah,
humble
yeah, he is
opinion.
doing better. Yeah,
Sanju
yeah, he is
Samson,
doing better.
Shreyas
Hmm.
Iyer. These are the kind of players I
Yeah,
think are struggling more than even Abhishek Sharma in those conditions.
100%.
Just my opinion.
100%. Yeah, very rightly said. I was just saying that only, that Abhishek Sharma struggles, but yeah, he is scoring runs. But again, like everybody expects from him to score runs, but we can hope for the best for the upcoming series. But Bharat, coming to you again first, about Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer, like when he came back from the injury, he was a bit of inconsistent. Like we are used to see Shreyas Iyer, the consistent man, and he was good in the IPL in the first half. In the second half, again, he was unable to score runs. And I think that's my personal opinion, that Punjab Kings lost those matches just because he wasn't performing. So, do you think it's his captaincy pressure, or like some or the other thing which must be going on in his mind? That's why he's unable to perform and score runs.
So I will tell his problem. His problem is, I think, is his
Please.
entry point. His entry point is a problem for Shreyas Iyer in the sense that in the power play overs, If he
Hmm.
there's a stat there is a stat that tells that in the power play overs, if he comes before the third over, then he struggles. Then he struggles versus movement. You see, he's a modern day quintessential batter in the sense that he tends to stay leg side of the ball. He's stubborn. Oh, what can I say? His
Hmm.
back foot is somewhere outside the line of leg stump. That is basically because of that, he's not able to cover his off stump. So he has a problem against the moving ball. So the stat basically tells that if Shai's higher entry point is such that if he comes before the third over or in the power play overs, he kind of struggles. So today came in the third over and got out against a ball that did a little bit. So I think that's his main issue more than captaincy. His captaincy pressure would be there when you start losing games. Obviously, you would be mentally affected as well. And Punjab Kings didn't just lose one or two games or two, 3 games. They lost 4, 5. So when you're doing that, then obviously you will be mentally affected. But I think he has a problem against the moving ball. Sanju Samson has a problem against the moving ball. And yes,
100%.
with great respect, when Abhishek Sharma has a little bit of problem there, but as I noted, he has, at least has performed in certain circumstances when the ball is doing a bit. So I think that's the
Hmm.
main factor to look at. With Shai Sayer, maybe going forward, as is the captain of obviously as the captain of the side. So maybe Indian selectors, Indian think tank have to look at his entry point. If they lose the second wicket or something on those lines before the third over, before the power play overs, don't send Shai Sayer. Tend to send him after the power play overs. That is when some of his best knocks have come in
Hmm.
T20s or in T20s for the Punjab Kings. If you look at his entry points after the power play overs, whenever is coming in at eighth over or the ninth over, that is when Shai Cyrus played at his has been at his best. But I just want to add a point that somewhere in April 2026, it felt as if
Hmm.
looking at all the pundits, pundits, it felt as if Shai Sair could walk on moon, he could walk on water. They were praising his captaincy so much. See, I'm nothing against Shai
Yeah.
Sair. He's a good captain. I've heard
No.
from Venkatesh Iyer and many others when I've interviewed them that he's someone who's a very good motivator and all that. But finally, a captain is as good as the team. If the team is not executing, then the captain also will falter. And that's what basically has happened with Punjab Kings. And unfortunately for him, it's happened in the series. And yes, oh boy, knowing Indian cricket, the fans, everyone will be going after Shai side, or I don't know for
Yeah.
the next many months that India went on to lose a series against Ireland.
Yeah, because again, I'll repeat the same thing. Nobody expected India to lose from Ireland. Everybody was very much excited, obviously, to watch Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Even if not Vaibhav Suryavanshi, everybody was excited to see Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, Shreyas Iyer's, leadership tenure for Team India. The people expected that the way I would say, like in 2024, he kind of dominated the particular tournament. I would say that. So people were expecting the same, but no problem. Like it's the first series, things can happen. But again, Shreyas Iyer is a player. There are many things. There are big, big, big concerns in Team India. There are so many concerns. If we start counting, I don't know how much time will pass. But the thing is, there are many things to be worked upon, and I really hope that those things get correct in the England series. Like, if you want to give a chance to Vaibhav Suryavanshi, please do it. If you want to do any changes, you can do it. If you think that Prince Yadav is a better option apart from Prasidh Krishna, you can try. You can try multiple things. Harshit Rana again, he came back from the injury. He did a good job. Arshdeep Singh, he got hit for a bit of runs, not much, but again he took 2 wickets. So the bowlers did their job, but it was totally on the batters. It was totally the batters' failure, according to me. The reason behind India losing this particular series. To coming to Sudisha. Sudisha, what are your opinions on Tilak Varma? He is the vice captain for Team India now. So, what are your opinions on him? Keeping this whole series in mind, do you think Tilak Varma is under any sort of pressure of vice captaincy?
Srishti, this question was to me. Your voice was
Yeah, yeah.
lacking.
No, no, no. The question was to you about Tilak Varma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I feel is like I know people have been criticizing Tilak Varma, and it's valid. It's a valid criticism, of course. And I'll just repeat the line that you said in the previous live that happened during the last match, that you only criticize people or you only talk about people when you are expecting more from them. He was made a vice captain, maybe also because of an expectation that he's going to perform well or he is going to carry the team whenever required. Of course, in the previous match, he was not able to score runs. Neither was any other batter too, is what I would feel. Expect Abhishek Sharma, obviously. But again, I would
100%.
say that after Abhishek, the whole batting line collapsed. So Tilak was also one of them. And again, he struggles against spin. That is also one of the things that he has to improve upon, and I think by now that is why people are crashing on him, because he hasn't been quite improving on that fact. But what I would say, that when we come to his vice captaincy, first of all, he has been the captain of the tri series, and I feel
Hmm.
like the whole India A team performed very well, of course. But I would also like to give some credit to Tilak's decisions. The way he was a captain over there, it was commendable for sure. So obviously he
Hmm.
has that confidence that he has carried from that series, from winning that series to this particular one. Of course, there could be some, we could not say lack of confidence, but we could say that some pressure, because first of all there are senior players also in this team who has been playing before Tilak too. So he might have a psychological pressure that there are other players who are senior to him and he's going to be a vice captain of this team, could be there. So vice captaincy wise, I think that he is confident, but there could be some pressure. But again, as we all know that Tilak is known to be performing well under pressure. Being
Yeah,
calm under
100%.
pressure is Tilak's thing, right? So what I
Yeah.
feel like, this is what is going to take him ahead too. If he works on performing well against spin, I think he will be good to go. Talking about today's
Hmm.
performance, he was the only one who scored the most, at least as compared to the other batters, for sure.
Yeah.
He scored his half century too. So I feel like, giving more time, I am pretty sure that Tilak is going to work on his mistakes. And even if people are criticizing him, I am pretty sure that that is coming out of an expectation. Pretty sure
100%.
that he is going to fulfill all of those expectations. I also read the copy of Bharat Sir that he wrote on Tilak. Got a lot of insights from there too. So yeah, that is what my concluding line will be. That I'm pretty sure that he's going to bring better game in the upcoming series or upcoming games.
Very rightly said. Before I come to Simran, I will have the same question to Bharat. Bharat, do you think the way Sudisha said that particular point that there are more senior players, so maybe that maybe out in it in Tilak Varma's mind that he's the vice captain, but there are more senior players, and that's why maybe like a performance was a bit in a dip. Bharat, I think he's unable to hear us. Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's here.
This,
Yeah,
can you ask again? Just
yeah,
one
yeah. I
second.
just asked that. Oh,
I
yeah, the
think it was
question.
my this thing was on mute, I guess. I'm sorry for that.
It was no, it's totally okay. My question was, Sudisha said that Tilak Varma is currently the vice captain, but there are more senior players in the team. So do you think that anyhow that pressure could be in Tilak's mind currently because he turned out to be the vice captain just few days back?
I don't think it is just about vice captaincy.
Okay.
As I noted a while ago, that Tilak Varma, I think, has a problem or two against spin bowling. It could be down to
Yes.
his stance. It could be down to maybe something else like his head position or whatever it is. But Tilak Varma definitely has a problem with his spin game. I wrote a copy on it today. It's about the strike rate has
I'll
been
give it a read.
something like 97 this year against spin bowling, 98 or something like that against spin bowling. Against left arm spin as well, it's only 147. You expect someone to have a very good strike rate against left arm spin because he's a left hand batter, but still, yes, his strike rate is 147. His leg spin, it's very much at a very modest 98 or whatever it is. So his strike rates are very low against different modes of bowling. So I think he has to go back to drawing board and look at
Hmm.
his game versus spin bowling because even in the eight-try series in Sri Lanka. He was kind of struggling. In the IPL as well, he was kind of struggling in spin bowling. So Tilak Varma, I think, has to go back to the drawing board. In my humble opinion, Rajat Patidar is a better player than Tilak Varma. And I'm saying it in a straightforward manner. If you look at
Yeah,
it's just skill wise, not temperament wise. Maybe Tilak Varma played that great knock in the Asia Cup final, but if you look at
yeah.
look at the skill wise, I think Rajat Patidar is a better player than Tilak Varma, both against pace and spin, and he has taken RCB to two victories as well. But the management, I think, backs Tilak Varma's temperament. Hopefully, at some point, it will work out for him. But at present, I think he's kind of struggling in spin bowling.
100%. Like if you talk about spin, if you talk about facing spin, if you talk about facing pace, it's very simple thing, and I think everybody would agree with that. That Rajat Patidar is a better player of both spin and pace, right? And the way like he took a team like RCB uh, to the victory. I'm not saying it in any negative way. There is no negativity from my side for RCB, but RCB was a team who was struggling since 18 years. But suddenly Patidar came in, he captained the side, and he took the team to victory not once, twice, or that to back to back. So that's a very big deal, and I totally agree with you that in these kind of tracks, maybe Patidar would have done a better job. So batting is a different thing. If we come to bowling, Simran, Arshdeep Singh and Shivam Dube, both of them did a good job. In fact, Shivam Dube, like people don't expect much from Shivam Dube because like he is more into batting. He's a better batsman than he's a bowler. So what are your opinions on Arshdeep Singh and Shivam Dube, the way they bowled in this particular track and in this particular series?
I think their performance today was phenomenal. Arshdeep Singh has once again shown why he's India's leader of the pace attack in T20 cricket.
Hmm.
And if you look at his figures of 2 for 35 in 4 overs, you might think that it wasn't his best day, but the numbers don't tell the complete story. I think Ireland came out with a very aggressive intent, and despite conceding a couple of early boundaries, Arshdeep didn't panic or go away from his strengths. Rather, he continued attacking the stumps, trusted his variations and his rhythm, and most importantly, he picked up wickets at important stages of the innings. And I think that's what experienced bowlers do. You know, they find a way
Yeah,
to contribute even when conditions aren't completely in their favor per se. And speaking about
hmm.
Shivam Dubey, I think it was one of the biggest positives today. We often don't talk about him as, you know, we talk about him as a powerful batter, but his bowling was
Yeah.
just a reminder why he's so valued as a genuine all rounder. I think his spell completely changed the momentum of the game. He finished with 2 wickets for 25 runs in 3 overs. But what stood out the most was that he had 2 wickets come in consecutive deliveries. You know,
Hmm.
dismissing these players back to back immediately halted Ireland's charge, and when they, you know, looked like they would set for a big finish.
Yes, very rightly said, because like when there is no Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj, again he has been rested. He deserves rest. He has been playing for a very long time now. So when the frontline pacers are not there, Arshdeep Singh is a player. Arshdeep Singh a pacer like on whom you can put your 100% of trust. But there was another guy who got his debut cap today, Sudisha, Prince Yadav. When Prince Yadav got his debut cap in the ODIs, like again, Gurnur Brar was there, and I think we all would agree that Gurnur Brar did a better job, a slight better job than Prince Yadav, the way Gurnur Brar played. But in today's match, Prince Yadav got his chance and he took 3 wickets. So, do you think if we look at the future, like after Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj, Prince Yadav could be a good great prospect for Indian team in T20 eyes, keeping his IPL in the mind.
Yes, yes. Shishti, I would agree. First of all, this is the most important point to look about, that
Yeah,
Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj have been rested. So we need strong bowlers. We need bowlers who could take the lead. So it is very important for bowlers like Gurnur Brar and Prince Yadav to step up. And this is what I said in the previous live also, that it is
yeah,
very important for them to play their best, because if they don't do it now, it will be very difficult for the whole bowling setup of India, right? So my
hmm,
point is like keeping IPL also in mind, he has taken a lot of important wickets in the IPL too. So it is a complete proof that he has been doing a good job in the T20 setup for sure. Now talking about the fact that I feel what's important to note here is that it is very necessary for such bowlers to be consistent ahead. Yes, he took three wickets today for sure, and I would also like to add that he has broken Bumrah's record, like the Bumrah's T20 debut record. He has broken that
Mm-hmm.
in his debut.
Okay.
So
Okay.
completely shows that he has a lot of potential. And I would like to just add that it is very important for such players to be consistent ahead in the future, because consistency is what is going to lead them ahead. And whenever they will be standing in comparison with players like Bumrah or Siraj, who stand like pillar of the bowling line of India, it is very important
100%.
that they stand out to that level. That is what I would like to add to this.
Yeah, very rightly said. Can someone read the chat, the super chat which is here? Can someone read that? I'm unable to read it. Can
So
someone read it
it
out, Subisha?
says that when Rituraj last visited Ireland, he performed well in
Hmm.
every match, whereas Tilak flopped. A technically sound player can play on any pitch.
See, the thing is, Ruturaj, I think me, Bharat, and Vaibhav, we all had a big conversation around Ruturaj Gaikwad that if you want to get dropped, you can score 100. And Ruturaj Gaikwad knows this thing, Bharat,
These
I
are
think,
all
because,
hindsight merchants. See, these are all hindsight merchants. With
yeah,
Rutraj Gaikwad in the 2026 World of IPL, even there he was kind of he struggled for most part of the tournament. He struggled. I don't think he's in the scheme of things. With great
100%.
respect to him, I don't think he's technically a better player than Tilak Varma either. Not that I rate Tilak Varma high
100%. I
because
agree with you.
I already noted Tilak Varma has problems against spin bowling, so it's not that I'm a PR merchant of Tilak Varma or on those lines. But I don't rate Gaikwad as a better player than Tilak Varma in terms of technique. If there is someone who I rate better than Tilak Varma in terms of his game, then I think it is Rajat Patidar. He's
Mhm.
the only player I think who could have got into this 15 squad of 15.
100%. I totally agree with this fact because again, like I am not saying that Gaikwad is a bad player. I don't think anybody will say that. But the thing is, you cannot say that, like Gaikwad is a more technically sound batter than Tilak Verma. That's not the right thing. What Tilak Verma did in the Asia Cup, that too against Pakistan. Okay, there are many chatters. People say, oh, that was Pakistan. Pakistan is a weak team and things like that. But in front of that team, also Team India was 24-3. And at that time, Tilak Verma stepped in. So it is very important to remember what he did. In fact, in the series against England, when back-to-back wickets were falling apart, and he was there, he made partnerships with the tailenders also, right? So it highlights, and you can say many things. Just because Team India lost this particular series, you can say many things, many different kind of things and theories will grow up and it will be talked about. But the thing which is, I think, according to my opinion, I really feel that if you talk about T20, I feel Tilak Verma is a better, technically sound batter than Ruturaj Gaikwad, with great and due respect to him.
I think both
So
are kind of
before we
similar.
quickly wrap up
Both
the
are
show,
kind of similar in my humble opinion.
sorry.
Both are kind of similar. If you really want to look at
Yeah,
technique,
both
I
are,
think both are kind of similar. I won't say there is much difference between these two.
yeah, both are kind of similar, but still, like, I will rate Tilak a bit
For
above.
his
Like, it's
temperament,
my opinion.
temperament wise,
Huh.
I think yes, I would
Yeah,
give
I'll
Tilak
rate
much
him.
stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only reason. So before we wrap up the show, one quick question to all of you, coming to Bharat first again. Bharat, according to you, what would be the changes? According to you, what should be the changes in Team India in the playing 11 against England in the upcoming series?
Oh, I guess you would get some flat wickets in England. Generally, you get flat wickets there in white ball cricket.
Agreed.
And also, there's a lot of heat going around in England. So, with so much heat around, not so sure you would see tracks with a little bit of grass on those lines. Not so sure you would see two pace tracks either.
Hmm.
So, considering all that, I guess India should be fine in the series against England. Yes, the only thing I would say is India have to look at the template. There could come a time, even in that England series, where the track is slightly too paced and India are maybe batting first or especially chasing. That is when I think they have to
Yes.
look at the template very ever so slightly. They need to tweak it in the sense that maybe if you are looking to play through the line on the up every single ball, then it could lead to 3 for 30 or 4 for 40 in such conditions every single time. So that's all I think they need to tweak. I won't think there won't
Hmm.
be too many changes in terms of their
Hmm.
playing 11. You expect a kind of similar 11 with couple of changes here or there to play those games against England, and I'm pretty sure India would make a comeback because it's still a quality side. Despite these
100%.
losses, it's still a quality side. There's still enough quality in that side, so expect them to at least make a decent comeback in that series against England.
Very rightly said, because sometimes these kind of eye openers are very much important. You cannot expect that you can come and you can hit every ball. That's not the thing. So sometimes these kind of eye openers were very much important. Simran, your opinion that any kind of changes you would like to see against England for Team India's 11?
I personally feel introducing Vaibhav Suryavanshi on the grandest stage would be a wise decision. I think if he partners with either Abhishek Sharma or Sanju Samson, it could be great for the Indian team. And possibly just guiding Shreyas Iyer a little more about how to deal with the captaincy stress would be great.
Hmm. But yeah, Shreyas Iyer is he is an experienced captain, so not much. But I think the main pressure, according to me, the main pressure he's facing because he himself isn't able to score much runs. So I think that would be the heated point at that particular point of time. So Sudisha, your opinions? Any changes you would like to see in the playing 11 against England?
When it comes to playing 11, Shrishti, I don't think there could be much changes made.
Hmm.
The players that we
Okay.
have been performing well. Talk about Ishan Kishan, talk about Abhishek Sharma. They have been performing well. They are here because they
Hmm.
have been expected to perform well. So,
Yes.
in fact, even if you're talking about Shreyas Iyer, we're talking about Tilak Varma, sorry,
Yeah.
but
No, that's fine.
all of these people are expected to perform well. So,
Yeah.
I feel like making changes in playing 11 won't make much changes. Again, I would add
Hmm.
Simran's point saying that we would love to see Vaibhav Suryavanshi play once. You know, here I feel like he's going to make a difference. He is going to chase some runs. He is going to bring some confidence in Team India. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is pretty much from my side too. Not much changes. Maybe one Vaibhav Suryavanshi, one match could be a great choice.
Yeah, and according to me, it would be Vaibhav Suryavanshi. I would like to see Suryansh Shedge to play, to play for a longer period of time. He should be given a longer rope. Washington Sundar, like, no disrespect to him. I have immense respect for each and every Indian player, but I don't feel like he's that particular kind of good in the T20 eyes. I would like to see Suryan Shedge for a bit longer now, currently, because he's a youngster and I think he deserves a chance. The way other youngsters got their chances, he also deserves a few chances. So I really feel Suryan Shedge should be there, and other things can be definitely uh, thought upon the pitch, how the pitch is, and what are the things, what are the conditions. But yeah, Team India can make a comeback. There is no doubt. There is no secondary talks about it. I would say it's kind of eye opener, and I think they will discuss this particular thing in the dressing room as well. They will talk about it. About this as well, and I think definitely we all will see a better Team India against England whenever they will start playing from 1st of July. So that series is going to be very much interesting, and all the updates will be given on Dev Sports. So I think we should wrap the show on this note. Thank you so much for joining, Sudisha, Simran, and Bharat. It was a great conversation. And for more such news, updates, and latest news, keep watching Dev Sports. Thanks for watching.